JV squad been playing better lately. They're in the white uniform, and it's imperative that they get off to a good start, and that's going to be Patton with the basketball. And I'll go through and read the rosters to you, both teams in the viewing area. You'll have to bear with me early on here. I left my tripod in the trunk of my car, and it's below zero, and it's stiffer than stiff. And it's going to take me a while to get it loosened up here, and I know better than leave it out in the cold weather like that. First shot up, and going to be a little bit long. Rebound will be taken down by the Otters. Again, just underway, 8-minute quarters, overtime if necessary. And this is just a prelude to the varsity game that we'll have on at a later date on Channel 15 Sports. Again, no shot clock to worry about in the state of Vermont. We're not quite into the mainstream of the United States yet, and that's going to be a shot and a made shot. It's going to be number 15 out there will be Greeno. So Greeno will get the basket, and you see the press and the takeaway, and they wanted to go back, and they will recover it. That's Feld with the basketball, and that shot we put up, and no, had a good look at it. Another offensive rebound. So the Mounties doing a lot of chasing here early on in this opening minutes of play. They want to go down into Feld, and she'll kick it back out, and they'll just work the perimeter and swing the ball around. And now they want to go baseline, ball fake, open it up, and oh, she went to the left hand. And that was Greeno, Jessica Greeno, and that was pretty nice. And we're going to have a timeout taken by MSJ, and that happens just minute 17 into the basketball game. This will be a good time to get familiar with the roster for Otter Valley. You have Shayna McDonough, number 3, Harley Feld, number 10, Megan Greeno is 12, Jessica Greeno, 15, Nina Gage is number 22, Amanda Sanderson, 23, Marina Tagliano is 25, Hannah White wears number 30, Michelle Berdulis, 34. You know what? Let me look at that. That's JV, okay. Because all those names sounded so familiar to me. And Danielle Anderson is 35, and Aaron Trombley is 44. They sound like a lot like varsity names. Starting to show my age here. Getting senile. So that was an MSJ timeout, taking it down 4-0. 6:43 to go in the first quarter. Gowette will take the ball out of bounds. She'll have Ojula and Patton in the back court with her, and we're all up to date and good to go. That's going to be Patton trying to work to the outside, beat the press on the dribble, and she got fouled. And that's going to be on Megan Greeno, number 12. So at least my tripod froze stiff, but I can't decipher between the JV and the varsity roster for Otter Valley, so it can only get better. Can MSJ's JV squad with a win on the road the other day to get that monkey off their back. They got their first win, and like I said, a last second loss literally that I did here against that awful. Can't remember who it was against. That's terrible. That'll be thrown out of bounds. So that'll be another turnover. The ball will go over to Otter Valley. We'll have Steve Morrow in the far corner of the gym. He'll toss it into Greeno, and she's looking to throw up top, and that's going to be Greeno to Greeno. And yeah, they'll wait for the trailer and let the offense get set up now as Greeno will go baseline. Conley shut her off from the baseline. They'll kick it out, and nope, front rimmed up ball on the floor. Patton will have the basketball, and she'll do a little curl and circle back. And this time they won't have a press. There was no made basket. And they stay in the backcourt to harass the ball from coming up, and we're at 5:58 to go in the opening quarter. And again, that website for Channel 15 is www.PEGTV.com. And you can see Patton hold the ball up top, and Otter Valley defensively very good out there. They have Coach Friesen out there, and he's worked them up through the ranks. Then we'll have a foul called on Anderson, so Danielle Anderson will pick up the team's first foul, so obviously her first foul, and it's a non-shooting foul. It's possession. We'll go out on a bounce on the baseline, and MSJ will run that line play where they all come above the arc, and it'll be Tisdale taking the ball out of bounds. And to Patton, she'll catch, she'll drive, had it knocked away from behind, and it's going to be a steal, and Greeno will have the basketball, and Greeno will bring it back to the center of the floor. And Anderson to Feld, to the baseline, to Greeno. What great passing. That was pretty. Jessica Greeno will get the finish, but all those passes on that little triangle they had built worked so well, and got a jump ball called. I tell you, they're trying to just break the trap by putting the ball on the floor and splitting it, and they're going to have to actually
Cam's got the list for every game in the South.
Yeah, work the pass off before the trap develops to get the ball to the middle of the floor. And this is Megan Greeno, and she's not going to get it. And the rebound will be Tisdale, and this is a 1-and-out situation. First time that's happened for Otter Valley here in this basketball game. So Patton will be picked up right near that center court logo, and got the tip, and Ojula able to pick it up. Almost a steal for the Otters. They've got that 6-0 lead, and Ojula on the drive, goes baseline, up underneath. Tisdale kept it alive, ball on the floor, and it'll be picked up and kicked out by Otter Valley. They'll get it to Anderson. And she's going to bring the ball down herself. She did take a look, but nobody had made themselves available for the pass. And Greeno on a drive will go hard to the floor, and we're going to have a foul. And probably shots here, too. Yeah, I'll be on Conley, her first personal, and wow, call it on the floor, so it'll just be possession out of bounds. And they easily beat the 5 count. And Anderson wanted to go inside to Greeno. She'll make the catch, and that was blocked by Tisdale, and Tisdale will throw the ball away. Yeah, it'll be turnover in Otter Valley. Again, pressuring the ball, getting another turnover. And Anderson to Feld, and that's Gowett under number 21 defensively. And they'll just pull it back between circles now and get organized. They were kind of chaotic there. Everybody crammed together in the middle of the paint. There's the ball fake to drive, and they'll pull the shot down. That'll come from the free throw line. It'll be a little bit long, and rebound by Pat. And I'll tell you, she's getting a ton of rebounds in this first half, defensive rebounds, and it works out well for her because she also brings the ball up after she gets the rebound. So they'll go to Tisdale. She'll turn, drive, and hard off the glass. Conley didn't put the shot back up. Wants to go to Gowett. She'll get in the paint. Shot will be blocked, and Gowett will chase the ball down before it goes out of bounds in front of the Otter Valley bench. That's Greeno on her defensively, number 12, Megan Greeno. And up, and that was partially blocked. Conley had it, and she'll push it back out to Gowett. Sets, fires, and no. Weak side rebound, Ojula. And she'll just lob the ball back to Pat, and she'll go baseline, and she got fouled on the drive. It'll be Anderson, I believe, 35. 35. Oh, okay, yep. So that's going to be the third team foul. And Steve's coming into the basketball game, number 4 for MSJ. Trombley, 44 for Otter Valley, and I thought I saw another one. Oh, McDonough, number 3, coming in the basketball game. So some changes taking place, and actually I missed one. Gage, 22, in the basketball game for Otter Valley. This is the JV game, and it was kind of a wild one. A running one-handed hook from a tough angle from behind the basket. And Otter Valley will break clear, and they've got that 6-0 lead with 3:23 to go in the first quarter of play. The catch, Feld the shot, and no. Had to wait. It's set on the rim, and there's a jump ball. Yeah, so Ojula will take the ball out of bounds, and the Otters will set up their press. And it's been an extremely effective press. And they're going to beat it on the dribble again, and they'll work it up the sideline, back to the middle of the floor to Gowett, and she'll find Patton on the wing. So Patton now will dribble to the elbow and rifle the pass down to Steve. She'll pass up the open look, and Gowett for a 3 ball. No, she pulled it back down, and patience being exercised here by the Mounties, and that'll rim out on her, and it's going to be Conley with the rebound, and Ojula able to duck down underneath the first defender, and that's Patton off the front of the rim. Long rebound. Patton will get in there and keep it alive and steal the basketball for herself here. And MSJ with some multiple chances here on this possession. It's going to be out from Steve's hands, out of bounds. Yeah, so MSJ now with a little pressure in the back court, and they're going to number 44, Trombley, take the ball out of bounds, and now they're able to get it into McDonough. Ooh, came up high. That was Hannah White. Yeah, and that was, they're going to call it a travel, but they had a choice, and they went with travel. So Ojula and Patton, again, that backcourt combination, number 13 and number 10 respectively, and that's Patton with the basketball. And looking like a 1-3-1 zone they're going to be looking at now. With McDonough on top, and they'll trip the trap in the corner, and it's going to be a drive, a foul, and 2 shots coming up. That was Gowett that took off at the top of the paint and drove it down deep inside the blocks, and we'll get the foul. And 2 shots, okay. So MSJ looking for the first points of the night from the free throw line. That's the 4th team foul, and the first personal foul on Amanda Sanderson, number 23, who I missed. She came in the basketball game. Again, I got a late start tonight. My tripod's froze, and I can't read the roster. Going to be a long game for everybody at home. Okay, so she'll miss one of them. She got 6-1 game. They're right in it. They just need to kind of figure out a way to break the trap and stop turning the basketball over. McDonough will pull it out, and she'll call out the play. Oh, nice drive along the baseline, and the battle for the rebound. The ball will pop out of bounds, and yeah, they're going to go blue ball. It's going to be out from MSJ. They say they had a little help up top from John McCarron, the other official out there. And of course, I always mentioned Stevie Marrow's out there. So good officiating crew on hand tonight. And Patton will extend the defense. Yeah, she'll come out now to contest, and that's going to be McDonough killing the dribble and swings it off on the elbow. And Gowett, so you watch the ball, keep track of the ball. They'll push it inside. She'll turn fire, free throw line, got it. Yeah, that's a nice job. Sanderson realized how alone she was and where she was on the floor, and said, what the heck, took the shot and made it. That's going to be Patton on the penetration, back to Ojala, and she'll swing it off to Gowett. Gowett will catch on the arc, get inside, and get it off the glass and in. A little running one-hander with some English on it. 8-3, Otter Valley with the blue uniforms, with the basketball, and with the lead. Those are all three things you need to know. McDonough wants to lob it down inside. She will, and they want to come to White, and it might become a steal. No, Otter Valley will grab the ball. McDonough felt the pressure come from behind her, just hesitated that second. That kept the ball from being stolen, and we'll have a travel called on number 44 on that side. It's going to be Trombley called for the travel. So the Mounties trying to take advantage of the change of possession here, and Patton in the corner in a bad spot on the trap, and will be slapped out of bounds by McDonough. We're going to have Bizon, number 15, coming in the basketball game. Andrea Bizon for MSJ will replace Ojala with 1 minute even to go in this first quarter. 8-3 in JV basketball action. MSJ with the ball. No, actually Otter Valley with the ball, I'm sorry. That's going to be White up, and no. Rebound, yes! Offensive putback by number 23 out there. That's Sanderson. As we're down to 47 seconds to go in this opening quarter. JV basketball action on PEGTV, on Munger Vision, from the Common Avenue Gym. A couple local schools getting together, and everybody in the viewing area. I'd like to welcome them up at the Otter Valley area, and of course in the MSJ community. And Mounties will set the box up, and 10-3. And Gowett able to recover the basketball. And she wants to force her way along the baseline. They'll hit the trailer on that cutback. It's going to be Patton. She'll get inside, and the ball slapped out of bounds by McDonough with 25 seconds to go. The basketball will stay down and sit with the Mounties, and Connolly will take the ball out of play. And they're looking for something to break open inside off the screen. When it doesn't happen, they'll just push it on a little kick-out pass. And Steve's with the basketball. 21 seconds on the clock, and it's going to be taken over by Patton now. Patton to Gowett. Nice catch, and can try to work off a screen, but that's a tough defense right there to screen off from. And the ball will go to the floor, and everybody getting involved in that jump ball. And that'll become Otter Valley basketball. So 8 seconds, more than enough time to get up the court and get a really adequate shot off here. And White will take the ball out of bounds, and yeah, she was open. She just got into the front court. Clock down to 5-4. That's a 3-ball. Got it. Oh, two-pointer, Johnny says. 2-point shot. It's going to be 12-3. Otter Valley's JV squad with the lead over MSJ at the 1-quarter play. Bizon will continue here. Remember, she subbed late in that first quarter of play, and she'll stay in the basketball game for MSJ. She was number 15, and she brought the ball into play to Patton. It'll be Steve Tisdale out there with the basketball, and Gowett. That's the 5 on the floor for MSJ, and they'll have the steal, the turnover, and it's going to be Jessica Greeno, and she looks for some help. She'll go to Feld, now to another Greeno. Got a bunch of Greenos out there, and that's going to be number 12, of course, Megan Greeno. There's the catch up top by Jessica Greeno. I thought she was going to shoot. Great pass. Didn't get the finish. Rebound pop for a ball on the floor. Up, and one more time, maybe. No, it didn't happen. I'm sure they want to check that basket for a lid. Greeno will make the deal. A final resolution there. She will get the basket. That's Megan Greeno. And they just can't dribble through the double team. I don't know when they're going to get that, but there's the basket off the turnover. 16-3 now, Otter Valley. Steve's with the catch. She'll break the timeline. Steve's to the paint. Steve's had the ball slapped away from behind, and Megan Greeno will come down with it. And I believe it was Megan that made the tip from behind, and she'll come after Anderson. And Anderson, the long pass to Feld, and boy, she caught it on the blocks, and that'll go up, and boy, that was hard off the backboard. I'm not sure somebody didn't block it or tip it from behind, but it's going to become MSJ basketball. And this is Patton with it, and Patton waits for the screen by Steves, and then she wanted to dribble inside. Now it's taken away at the elbow, and she'll pivot, come to Bizon. She'll make the catch, and Bizon has her pass tipped. It'll be picked up by Steves. And there is no pressure as far as worrying about getting a shot off of the shot clock. There plenty of time. Ooh, let that go. That could have been a foul. They'll come back to Steves, and she'll get blocked by Feld. Big time block by Feld. 16-3, 6.5 minutes left in the half. And Anderson looking for help, got bailed out by Megan Greeno. She'll take it from the free throw line, and it'll go. Nice job of recognizing that was a makeable shot. And we have an MSJ timeout with 6:09 to go in the half. They're down by 15. Timeout, much needed timeout, and that's going to be Patton with the basketball. We'll see what adjustments. Mostly what they talk about was their defensive assignments and how they need to mark up. But boy, they just got to really. The defense by Otter Valley is very good, very aggressive, very good. We've got travel call in the backcourt against Anderson. But MSJ really making the defense look better because they're dribbling, trying to split the double team, the traps in the back with a dribble. And spacing's off, and they haven't really put anybody in the middle of the floor to throw over the top of the trap to, and actually letting the trap develop way too much. And the traps probably provided 70% of the offense for Otter Valley up there on the scoreboard. Oh, that's athletic. Greeno got a piece of it, but pass still was completed, and Patton will come down, and Greeno did it again. That's just great coordination. Greeno gives the ball off to Anderson. She'll find, we got just Greeno right there. And Megan Greeno out there is number 15, or 12, I'm sorry. So don't get confused like I am. It's Megan's 12 and Jessica's 15, and they want to go inside, and 25 out in the basketball game now is Vitagliano. So Vitagliano has entered the ball game for Otter Valley, and foul called on Otter Valley. That's going to be their 5th team foul. Nobody in a bonus situation yet. And I see Patton come around. She'll go to the sideline. Yet you can't. She got break there on the blocking foul, but you can't break the double team, the trap on the side. Well, you can, but on the sideline makes it a lot harder. Then bring it back to the middle of the floor, and that's going to be the 16th foul. 3rd foul on Greeno. And we're at 18-3. Otter Valley's JV squad with the lead. But yeah, not a lot of motion right now in the offense. And they'll get the ball at Tisdale, and that's a hard pass to go through her hands out of bounds and become Otter Valley basketball. And 44 coming in now, Aaron Trombley. And Trombley's going to come in for Greeno, and she'll sit down with those 3 fouls for probably the remainder of the first half. There's only 4:56 left to go before the break. Yeah, I agree with this press by MSJ. They have to do something drastic here to kind of crank up their intensity. Sometimes you can get refocused and picking up your intensity with something like the trap. And that's going to be out of bounds. A good effort by number 44, Trombley. Oh, okay. So we'll have Patton again. Boy, she puts a lot of minutes in. Again, right now, they're not really screening for her, and they're not really flexing or motioning for the ball. It's going to fall from behind. We've got shots coming up, and they'll be on Jessica Greeno. And I'm waiting to see, I will be Tisdale coming to the line. Now stop the clock with 4:29. Along with Tisdale at the scorer's table will be Sanderson. It's actually Tisdale at the free throw line. Sanderson's at the scorer's table. She'll check in, and McDonough with him, number 3. So a couple new subs coming in for Otter Valley. And she'll replace Feld, and Anderson will come out and take a breather. Get a deep bench for Otter Valley, and they're using it. They're going through and cycling, and Tisdale will step back up to the line, and nope. And Connolly trying to keep it alive. Got just boxed out nicely there by Battagliano, and there's going to be a travel by McDonough, and she knew it. She knew it. Yep. So Ojala, by walking with her dad, and he got the doors for me because I was running real late because not that anybody asked me, but I'm just filling airtime. But no, I just got out of work, put up the sheetrock nice, and threw on a jacket, grabbed my camera, and ran out the door, and just made it to get set up. I always try to do the Otter Valley games when they're local, like whether it's Mill River or MSJ, and there's a drive by Patton, a kickback, and that ball will come free. It'll be picked up by Patton, and with 3:52 to go, MSJ looking for some kind of run here to end this half on. They're down by 15 at 18-3, and boy, the offense has been as cold as the weather outside right now, and that's going to be Steves, and she'll be sealed off by Trombley, and that pass will come back, and it could be a takeaway. I think it'll be last touch by Otter Valley. McDonough for the last touch as White, number 30 and 22, Gage come back in the basketball game for the Otters, and that will Go bring out Jessica Green on number 15, and Battagliano will sit down. And Ojo will catch it on the blocks, and just no way to get a shot off. The defense was just right on top of her, and Steve's pass was at the feet, and that would have been a hard one to handle for anybody, and that will become a turnover, and McDonough will push it to the front court and get it the elbow, and her pass picked off by Steves, and Steves will go to the floor, and it'll be picked up by Otter Valley. Trombley with the basketball. She wanted to go down inside, and there was just nothing open. So the recycle to bring it out to White, and she's hit from the perimeter once tonight already, and she'll pull that shot down, and McDonough felt the pressure from Conley, turned away from it, and still a lot of time, 3 minutes even to go here in this first half of play. Nice look inside, and the basket. Oh, that was Gage with the finish, but it's a beautiful pass. That set that whole thing up, and it goes 20-3 now, a 17-point lead for the Lady Otters, and that's their largest lead of the contest to this point. I see Patton and Steves are trying to set a screen and then roll off it, and Steves, nope. And we got a foul. Yeah, down on the floor in the rebounding action. And it should be shots, so it's on Otter Valley. And it's going to be Sanderson, and that will be the 1-on-1. And I'm just waiting to see if it's going to be Conley or Ojala that comes to the line. And it'll be Conley that they send to the line. So Conley will shoot the 1-on-1 here for MSJ in the white uniforms. The Otters in the blue here at the Convent Avenue Gym. And she got that bounce, a home rim bounce. She'll get another one. They got a line back up on the box, and there she goes. Makes it 20-4. It's been a long time between points for the Otters. No, she got shooter violation too. Yeah, Conley crossed the line way ahead of the ball and missed the shot anyways, but Ojala put pressure on the inbounds pass. That's going to be Trombley looking to get it into White, and she does, and White bodied up by Conley, and she got too close to her, so she was actually just turning to go by her. And McDonough calls for the ball, gets the ball, will go back down inside, and the shot put up, and nope. The offensive rebound, Tisdale with a block, and the ball will come back out to Patton. Patton with the push. No numbers there. It's a 1-on-3 right now. Patton will take it right up, and boy, what a good drive, no finish on the shot. And they'll say it will be MSJ basketball on the baseline, and looks like they'll set the box up this time on the paint, and Tisdale will come all the way across the baseline and turn right into a little drop down help defensively there by Trombley. They didn't detect that, but MSJ very fortunate to pick the basketball back up. 2:11 to go. They're down 16 in the second quarter. Steves. Boy, I tell you, they're just having all kinds of trouble. Spacing-wise is one of the things that's really killing them. And here comes the break the other way, and up ahead or the top, Gage with the catch. He'll kick it off to White. White will put the ball on the floor, get open for the 10-footer, and no. And I believe it's going to be off from McDonough, out of bounds. And I believe I'm wrong. It's going to be Otter Valley basketball. And Bizon will check in for the Otters and she'll replace Steves. So they're going to run the stack on the near side of the box, and they look for something to pop open on the inside. It didn't, so they'll kick it back, and no. Good shot, just didn't drop, and here comes Tisdale. Tisdale on the open court, Tisdale, and slapped away. Going to be picked up by the Otters again. Trying to dribble through two defenders, and that worked right into Otter Valley's advantage there. So they'll go down along the paint, and there's the wheel. They'll kick. White with the fake, and Sanderson with the touch. We'll go on the baseline up, and I'll tell you, again, they ran that baseline pick play really nice to Trombley. She just got a little bit too far into the basket and hit the bottom of the rim. And with 1:21 to go, and the Mounties down just 16, they're looking for a little run. I'm only talking a couple baskets here to make a big difference. They're down 16 right now. And Greeno coming to the scores table with the 3 fouls, and she's going to come in with 1:11 to go. That's so McDonough will pick up the foul, and that'll be the 1-on-1 still. It's the 8th team foul. And now Megan Greeno, number 12, will come in for McDonough. I'm just surprised with 1:11 to go and 3 fouls on her. But hey, he knows more about his personnel than I do. And that's going to be Greeno with the catch off the rebound. She'll bring the ball up the floor herself. And she gets it all the way down to the elbow, and they'll bring it back down. Trombley Past Bizon, lost the handle on it, and saved it from going out of bounds. Greeno with Patton under defensively, no give there, and Gage, they run the clock down to the 50 seconds. Yeah, they're going to reset the offense. You can hear the coach from the sideline. They'll get it to Trombley, and I believe, yeah, Sanderson got stuck in the paint, and that's 3-second call. Lane violation out there, and Tisdale will come on. That's who Galwet will come in for. So again, MSJ, they can just get a couple buckets here, get some momentum going, and going into the halftime, something to build on. Patton waiting for the screen. It opened up, and then rolled to the basket. Then get the pass back to Galwet, and she'll get inside up and rebound. Nice box out by Sanderson. I had to wait to see her number though. She was engulfed by so many jerseys down there. And here coming a spin move will become Greeno. 17 seconds to go. They go to Sanderson. No. Rebound, fought for Ojula. Coming on the pack with Ojula with White trying to beat her to the spot. Ojula with pressure from behind. And she'll keep the ball alive and still can get the shot off here. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Oh, I would have counted. And that's going to be the first half of play. And it's going to be Otter Valley 20, MSJ 4 in JV basketball action from the Convent Avenue Gym. Otter Valley have the opening possession here. This third quarter of play. They're up by 16, and boy, did they control the boards. That was one of their real keys. The press created turnovers. They controlled the boards, and they shot pretty well, actually. So this is going to be Greeno out here, and she'll start the second half with the 3 fouls. Number 12 is Greeno. Number 15 is also Greeno, but 12 is Megan. 15 is Jessica, and that shot will be no good. And the rebound, Galwet fighting for it on the inside, has it ripped out of her hands by Sanderson. And they'll recycle the offense now. Sanderson will be called for the travel. Yeah. Michelle will have their first touch here. They need to put together a couple baskets run just to get back in the ball game, and there's no pressure right now. They should take advantage of this and push the ball up the floor and get their offense kind of cranking here. They have been lethargic. I don't know if that was a game plan to lull the opponent to sleep, but they got to kind of crank it up. Sometimes you can lull yourself to sleep, and it's going to be out from Steve's hands out of bounds. A turnover, and Trombley, 44, will be right there in blue, and she'll take the ball out of bounds for Otter Valley. You seem able to get it off relatively easy right there to Anderson. Anderson, long pass for Sanderson, no good. So Anderson to Sanderson doesn't click, but it does flow off the mouth pretty easily because they rhyme. So Patton played a lot of minutes at the point position in that first half of play, and not having to contend with the trap right now, and that's a good thing. She'll set up the crossover, get inside, got blocked, got fouled. And I believe they're going to call it on Sanderson. 23, that is Sanderson called for the foul. And that is the first foul, the second half, and that's going to be a shooting foul coming up here for Patton. That's the third foul on Sanderson, and the team's first, obviously, here in this third quarter. Now we'll drop in, making it 20-5. Boy, and again, you know, a comeback starts now. I mean, this is where they got to get some buckets and then some defensive stops. She'll get them both. Makes it 20-6, and Trombley will bring the ball into Anderson, and Anderson turns and works off the screen set by Megan Greeno, and then the screen set by Feld, and Feld with the catch, and she'll go down. Oh, they have her on the blocks, and they just didn't turn in the basket quick enough. So they'll set up the offense now, and they'll have Coach Friesen, who's in everybody on his bench in that first half. They all contributed, and they all played very well, and that'll go through the hands of Feld, and Galwet will get the ball, and she'll split the double team. She'll save it. Nope. And she stepped out of bounds. She got going there, pretty good clip, and just lost control, and the ball will go out of bounds. Now he's again with a little pressure in the backcourt, and they allow Anderson to come back and get the pass, number 35. So Anderson will race to the elbow, and she wanted to pump the ball inside. That option taken away, and she'll come to Greeno. She'll make the catch. Greeno will wrap the ball to the baseline. No. There's another weak side rebound, and Feld will wrestle the ball away, get it to Sanderson. Back to Greeno. Oh, great pass. Let the defender duck by. Pulled the shot down. Comes to Anderson. Off the glass. No good on the floor. Trombley had it, and Trombley will still have it. And she'll hand the ball out to Feld. Up, and boy, so many chances in the rim. Just not cooperating. And Otter Valley with the ball again. I've lost track, actually, of how many offensive chances that is. And another one they'll miss. And Conley will finally have it, and we'll have a jump ball. And it'll be White basketball. So MSJ will have the ball, and very fortunate right there after, I think, at least 6 putbacks that they didn't give up a bucket. And then it's not, it is height and it isn't height. You know, because you're the shorter team, it's really technique and wow, double dribble. And boy, all kinds of crashing and banking in a basket. Steves will get the bucket and that'll bring the lead down to 12, and now they need to make some defensive stops now. And it's going to be Greeno with the basketball, and Greeno will get it up to Trombley, and Trombley sealed off by Connolly, and Connolly with a little lean there, and a nice save, and still going to become Otter Valley basketball. Not quite the way they drew it up, but it worked. Sanderson to Greeno, and Sanderson will get out of that paint now. Remember, she got called earlier for a 3-second call. Ojala with the steal, will get it to Pat, and Pat's going to take it up, and nope. That's going to be Connolly. Connolly passed up the shot, we'll get it to Pat, and she's like a wrecking ball out there. I mean, she's just everywhere. Oh, it'll rim out on Patton. And the ball on the floor, jump ball, yes. And it'll be Otter Valley basketball. It's getting crazy out there. Yeah, and Steves will put pressure on the ball, and they'll bring it into Anderson. Anderson throws it away, and MSJ can get right back in the ball game. Galwet, little bump, kept her balance, goes to Steve. She'll put it up. That's partially blocked. Ball on the baseline is going to be saved, and it'll come back to Ojala. It was Patton with the save. She wants the ball back. She feels it, and she got it. And just like that, they've got the lead down to 20-10. It's been a combination of a little carelessness by Otter Valley and a lot of hustle by MSJ. Well, they had the trap, and they just didn't get to the spot. Yeah, they have to get to the spot to develop the trap. And Sanderson hit her back to the basket, brought it to the elbow to Anderson, and now off to Greeno. Greeno playing with the 3 fouls, but staying aggressive out there, and she's a shooter, and she wants to see if she wants to take her off the dribble. No, she'll play on the perimeter, and they'll just wait for Trombley to come back to the top of the arc to make the catch. And that's tipped to Feld, and she kept it in bounds. No, I think it'll go out of bounds, be MSJ basketball. And again, that offense looking a little confused out there for Otter Valley. A lot different than what we saw in the first half of action. And see Gallat take the bump, and well, she kept it going, and she'll break the timeline. There's the reach, and then the pass across will go off from Connolly's hands, and Ralph will make the play over in the far side of the bleachers here, and still got the hands. It looks like Bizon's going to get set to check in with Tisdale for MSJ. Now, that is what we're going to have, Tisdale and Bizon, number 5 and 15 respectively, and then McDonough and Gage out there. See Gage very excited to be in the game. She's jumping up and down, and MSJ with that pressure in the backcourt, down just 10 right now. They were down 16 at half, and going to be an interesting call. Yeah, I think it's going to be a blocking foul on Connolly. She just got there late and earned the foul. Got hammered pretty good, and she was trying to just get to the spot and was a step late. And McDonough will take the ball out on that far side of the gym, and Bizon will pressure the inbounds pass. Gage open, just claps for the ball, will get the ball. She's in the backcourt, and now her pass will come off to White. White must have come in on that switch too, and I just missed her, but she wears number 30 out there. And this is the other Greeno. This is Jessica Greeno, and she tried to drive baseline. Now it's taken away, goes to Gage. Gage to McDonough, down inside. Oh, great spot to catch the ball. Turns and fires, no good, and the rebound will be MSJ, maybe, jump ball. And also 25 of Tagliano out there for Otter Valley. So I think that's all up to date on all the changes now for both sides. And Patton with the catch, and again, got to get back to the middle of the floor, and she will. And they pull back the pressure anyways. And with 3:20 to go in the third quarter, a little tighter than it was. It's at 10 points right now, and that jump ball. Again, they just let the trap come and develop to its fullest maximum potential, and they tried to, once you let it engulf you, to get out of it. That's going to be Jessica Greeno, and she'll wait for McDonough. She'll call for the basketball. She'll work it at the logo, and play call down. And it's going to be Patton there defensively. Now she'll pressure the ball after they kill the dribble. Will go to White. Let the defender go by twice and didn't pull the trigger on the shot. They look for the baseline cut, and there it is. They came all the way across with Greeno. She'll pull up, and no. Tell ya, they've had some good shot selection here in the second half of play. Otter Valley, they just gotten a little cold from the field. And here comes the press. That was so effective, Steves. See, they let the trap totally get there. And they on that sideline. Now they get back to the middle of the floor. Always a wild ride down the floor when they go to a press. Steves with quite the pick right there. And the ball will come back to Patton. We're down to 2:34 to go in the third quarter. Tisdale up, and no. Weak side rebound. Connolly will save it. Yeah, she stayed right there. They should call timeout. Steves, and boy, she's just in trouble. Yeah, they're going to be very fortunate. It's going to be white basketball, but the spacing and the gapping at this level should be a lot better. Right now, what they're doing is seeing the ball, going to the ball, and everybody's at the ball. It's like a kickoff in football. You've got to stay in your lanes on the coverage. You've got to stay in your lanes offensively, too. Because if everybody's standing within 4 feet of each other, that means all the defenders are there with you. And there isn't a lot of room to work with. This is going to be McDonough. Up ahead to Gage, and he'll find the open look, and that's Greeno will get it. They found Jessica Greeno down along the blocks, and she'll get the basket. And Bizon will get the pass into Greeno again, and no, a little finger roll didn't drop. Gage to Greeno, up, and yes. And the press, very effective right there. 4 quick points makes it a 24-10 basketball game. Patton will turn to the outside, race over the timeline, get the ball up ahead to Greeno again. Greeno really having quite a spurt here for the Otter Valley squad. And White will get the ball in the front court to McDonough, and she's being covered by Steves. Now they'll come to Gage. Gage 22 out there. As they've played everybody on that bench for Otter Valley, a lot of minutes, and they've played very well. That's Battagliano. To Greeno down inside, and I think we're going to have some shots. They push the ball inside to Battagliano, and John will tell us if there's going to be shots or not. 2 shots. Thank you, John. Yep. So the foul will be on Tisdale, and they'll send Battagliano to the line. And Ojala and Galwet at the scores table for MSJ with 1:14 to go in the third quarter. 24-10 Otter Valley. And Battagliano on her first shot won't get the bounce to go her way. And now they'll have the subs come in. It looks like Steves and we need one more body to come out. Connolly will come out. So Steves and Connolly will come out for the Mounties. Battagliano on her second attempt here will have good patience, fire, and no. Galwet with the inside position will get the rebound, and she'll bring it down the court herself, and she'll get to the elbow, dump it down to Ojala. Nice catch in traffic, shot up, hard off the glass, and jump ball as Tisdale will tie up Greeno, and it'll be Otter Valley basketball. Just 62 seconds to go in the third quarter of play in this JV basketball game, and Otter Valley in control. They allowed the lead to shrink down to 10, but now the press back into effect, and they've been able to get their lead back up to 14. And Bizon off the glass, no good, tad bit off the mark, and it's going to be off from Gage out of bounds, and it'll be MSJ basketball. It'll be Ojala on the baseline to take it out, and there they go. They get set in the box formation. Wasn't sure what they're going to run, and they just kick out to Bizon. She'll catch fire, and a little strong that time, and Tisdale will have it go off her hands out of bounds. That's the Mounties with their version of the press now. And Gage will come back and make herself available for the pass. And White with the catch just before Galwet got there. And White might have traveled. Yeah, and Stevie calls it a travel, and we'll have a turnover. And 44.6 seconds going to the third quarter. And the Mounties, again, got the lead as low as 10. It's up to 14 now at 24-10. Foul-wise, it's been pretty free of fouls here in the second half. Just 2 fouls on MSJ as a team, 1 on Otter Valley. And overall, the guys have called a good job on the floor calling the game, and that's going to be tipped. And here comes Greeno on the breakaway. Will set it up and knock it down. Greeno all the way for the bucket. Yeah, and Patton now and company needs a run toward the end. They need a bucket or two, and Tisdale, yeah, we'll have it taken away by McDonough. And just trying to lob the ball back to Patton, and the defense just too quick for that, and they'll give it off to White. 8 seconds on the game clock. They'll go down on the blocks. Here's the catch. Battagliano's going to the line for 2 more shots. That was a good push down the floor, and Battagliano beat the defender down on the sweet spot, and she's at the line again where she, about 4 plays ago, was at the free throw line. She's back there at 4.8 seconds to go in this third quarter of play. And it's White, McDonough, Battagliano, Greeno, and Gage on the court for Otter Valley, and that shot good. That'll extend the lead to 17 now at 27-10. The Otters have led right from the onset and really set the tone with their defense here. Like I said, a lot of turnovers, and they've controlled the defensive glass. And 28-10, 3 seconds on the clock. Patton will let it fly. He'll count if it goes, and she'll just miss it. 28-10, the Otters just 8 minutes away from the win. And you can see what I can see. It's going to be MSJ basketball to start this fourth quarter play. Down 18, they need to make a statement early. And Steve's with the screen. That'll open it up for Pat, and she'll get inside, and they're going to draw the foul. Took it to the hole, drew the foul, and I don't know. Could be on Feld or Sanderson. We'll see what John calls here. It'll be Sanderson with the foul, and I believe that's going to be her fourth. It is. That's 4 fouls on Sanderson. She's the first player for either side to pick up 4 personal fouls. Only the second on the team here in this second half of play. 10 seconds into the fourth quarter. So at 28-10, it'll become 28-11, and Patton 3 for her last 3 from the free throw line. Again, Patton will get set in her second shot. Good. 4 for her last 4. And again, they're hanging around. They just need a run right now. A couple defensive takeaways. They have Megan Greeno in the basketball game, number 12, and she'll come up to Anderson. Anderson will push the ball along the baseline. Feld didn't know the pass was coming and hit her in the backside, and the MSJ had it momentarily. Ball on the floor, and it'll squirt out and be picked up by Anderson. And yeah, it's Sanderson and Anderson out there, and just 1 Greeno right now, so that makes it a little bit easier. And Gowett came across the top, knocked the ball out of bounds, and it'll be blue basketball. And we'll have Anderson go to the sideline. Danielle Anderson, number 35, and she will get set to bring the ball into play. And looks like they're going to bring the ball down to Sanderson. She stays in the ball game with the 4 fouls, and Greeno being covered by Steves. They're playing that zone, and she's at the top of it. Inside, and the bucket. Oh, they got the ball down low too easy, and Sanderson with a little bunny shot makes it 30-12 now, an 18-point lead for the Otter Valley JV squad. Again, got some more CSJ basketball for you coming up in the month of January and February. You'll be able to see it on Channel 15 Sports. You can just look at the schedule on the website, and you can travel. Steve's with the steel and travel. But if you can go to the website at PEGTV.com, check the schedule out, you'll know when you can watch the CSJ basketball. Again, they'll break the press by coming to the middle of the floor, and they're looking for, that's Anderson to Sanderson, then jump ball call. I think it's going to be Conley that got around and tied the basketball up, and it should stay, yeah, it's going to be Otter Valley basketball, and they'll have it on the baseline. They're underneath their own basket, and 1:15 have elapsed here in this fourth quarter of play. And Patton jumped out quickly, took away that idea of a shot, and they want to go down along. Greeno had a tough angle, couldn't get the shot up and away. And Conley will get the steal, give it to Steves, and she'll go to Ojula, and they'll have Patton run the floor here. She'll beat the point guard and bring the ball down. Get on her ball, Anderson, number 35. See her kind of hedging. First she felt the screen come, and the floor will open up, and boy, that's a pretty nice job of slithering through the defense and setting up the screens and using them. And yeah, they're going to say she was in the act of shooting, because that's only the 3rd team foul, and Patton will be back at the line. Like I said, 4 for her last 4. And Tisdale at the scores table should be coming in on a second shot for MSJ. So it's Gowett and Conley down on the blocks, and Steves and Ojula, and it's going to be Gowett coming out for MSJ. And that will break her 4 for 4 streak right there. So she tries to start a new streak right here with this shot, and she will be good. 30-13, and she has to be the leading scorer for MSJ, just the fact that they only have 13 points, and she's got at least 5 of those from the free throw line. I know she made a basket on a breakaway. Anderson killed the dribble up top, needs some help. She'll fire it along the baseline. There's Greeno with the duck in, and no. Ball bounces around, and Ojula will get it, and she'll get it out to Patton. Patton slows it down and lets everybody get set up here offensively. Plus the fact that Otter Valley did a nice job of getting back into transitional defense. Yeah, and again, they want to... I don't know how they got it to Steves, but they did, and she'll throw the ball back to Anderson, who didn't make the interception because she couldn't believe the ball was thrown to her. And they're going to bring it over right in front of the MSJ bench. That's where Patton will take it out of bounds. Boy, she's looking for Tisdale, and she gets it to Tisdale, and it'll bounce off her hands, and she'll go back to make the grab. And boy, what a hard pass and caught by Ojula. I mean, she fired it in there, and Ojula. And again, just the little things, like the screen didn't get there in time, and it didn't really have an effect because they weren't able to rub off it. And here comes Greeno, and Greeno told to push the basketball, and that's going to be a foul on Patton. Yeah. And that's only going to be the 4th team foul. It's just a possession foul. Yeah, and Patton picked it up, and Greeno had a good head of steam going, and she'll take the ball out of bounds on the far side. And that's going to be the first foul on Patton. As long and hard as she's played, that's her first personal foul. Nice catch by Trombley, and the finish along the baseline. What a catch by Trombley. Oh, that was short hopped on the run and got it. 32-13, 19-point lead. Yeah, that's correct, 19. I have to double check because I have been Rutland High School education, and oh boy. Okay, so Conley called for the illegal screen. Ball will go out of bounds to Otter Valley on the far side. That's where he's having him take it. And that's for Megan Greeno. We'll put the ball into play. And Steves and Conley coming on the game. And who came in? Bizon is one of them. And could it be Galwet? Yeah, I think so. That's Trombley with the catch. Go to Anderson. And Galwet's going to be called for the bump there. And it'll be the 6th team foul. So the next foul committed by MSJ will be at least the 1-on-1. Yeah, it's going to be Greeno and Anderson. And they'll come to Trombley, off her hands right to Feld. Defense, well, she had a chance to get the shot off. She pulled it down, then the defense got there, and she'll dump it down along the baseline to Sanderson, to Anderson, and now around to Greeno. And Greeno will step through and going to call it jump ball. Yeah, she went up in the air and, yeah, got stuffed, and it's going to be MSJ basketball on the possession arrow. So we're almost to the midway point. We're at 4:48 to go in this final quarter of play, and it's, again, other than that little spurt MSJ put together where they cut the lead to 10, they've had a lot of trouble with that right there. Just completing the passes has been a very quick, very active, very good Otter Valley defense. Tisdale with Trombley on the pass, defending the number 44 in blues, Trombley, and that will be grabbed by Patton. She reached out and snatched it. Ojala had a chance for the 3, gave up the shot, and then I tell you, that's going to be up, and no. Not a bad choice to take the shot, and Greeno with a big rebound. We'll get the ball out to Sanderson and then to Feld, and they will call a travel. Yep. Just that little hesitation cost it. I see John come over, and he'll mark the ball right in front of the scorer's table, and that's for the Mounties. Ojala will take it out, number 13, and again, Patton logging a lot of minutes in the ball game, and I think she called out a play. She kind of whispered it, and Galwet will lose her bounce, go down, and here comes Anderson lining it up and getting a finish. And at the 4-minute mark, 5 new subs coming in for Otter Valley as they're enjoying a 21-point lead. Steves will be coming in for MSJ, and when Otter Valley does their subs, I will give you all 5 names. So a nice job by Anderson. She went up there and knocked the ball to herself, popped up there and caught it, and there's the crossover. Catch by Trombley, and she'll go baseline, and no. Rebound, no. Maybe one more chance. Nope, it's going to be MSJ basketball. So White, number 30, coming in for Otter Valley. Number 3 is McDonough, 22 is Gage, 25 is Vitagliano, and 15 is another Greeno, but that is Jessica Greeno. That is the 5 new Otter Valley players out there on the floor. And they come in with just 3:32 left in the basketball game. And boy, Steve's got to the free throw line and hesitated, and then to the floor and jump ball. And it'll be Otter Valley basketball. Yep. They kind of reverted back to their old ways after showing a lot of improvement in the Shaz. They're dribbling with their head down. They're dribbling into the teeth of the defense. And they're just not communicating. You have to communicate offensively as well as defensively, and they're just not doing it. Tagliano rolled to the basket. There's an offensive put back, set on the rim. Maybe one more chance. Then Greeno's going to recycle, bring it out, and this will be White on the elbow. You can see McDonough wants to dump it down inside. There's the catch for Tagliano. Again, follows her own shot up, and this time she'll lose it off her hands out of bounds. And then Otter Valley, a lot of success throughout the ballgame with the press. They'll pull back now probably for the final 2:53 as they're up by 21. And they're making a pass to Steve and got slapped out of bounds. And yeah, it's going to be Tisdale on right in the corner here at the Common Avenue Gym. Bring the ball and play to Patton. She'll catch, drive, and wrap the ball inside. I don't know how she ever made the pass, but it was beautiful. And a foul. Should be the 1-on-1. 1-on-1. Oh, it's Patton with her second foul on the 1-on-1, and I'm just not sure which Otter will take the shot. And we'll just follow everybody down the floor until somebody stops at the free throw line. Looks like Gage is happy. Yep, she'll be the one. So 22 Gage will be at the line. And again, this is just the 1-on-1 with 2:41 to go in the basketball game. And it looked good when it left her hands, and it was. So she'll push it up now to a 35-13 ball game. And MSJ over the limit with 17 fouls. So that'll be shots the rest of the way for Otter Valley, and that'll be good. And that'll make it 36-13. Yeah, and that's Patton with the ball. And again, there'll be no pressure at the midcourt, and that's where McDonough will pick her up. And Connolly and Galwette coming in for MSJ. They get to the scorer's table, and there's the crossover, and got a whistle.
Blue number three. Come on in, girls.
So that's only going to be the fourth team foul, so it'll be a possession foul. But where are they going to spot the ball? On the baselines where Steve's heading to. As Tisdale and Bizon will sit down. Yeah, and there's the catch by Galwette, the fire, and got it! 3-ball by Galwette. Now that looked pretty when it left her hands, so 36-16 now. And she after the made basket with a little soft pressure in the backcourt. McDonough. Boy, she saw Battagliano just a second late. Great save by Battagliano and the basket. But boy, I tell you what, give Battagliano a great big assist with an asterisk next to it, because she should get a half a point for that also. That, in addition to the assist, I mean, that was some save. It was Greeno with the bucket, Jessica Greeno. And boy, that was a hard pass, and it'll be off in the hands of Conley out of bounds. As they zipped that in there. And Gage gets it into McDonough, up ahead to White, and see where they did it, right to the middle of the floor in the press break. Conley almost able to tie the basketball up, but they kept it alive enough. They'll go down to Battagliano, and a much easier shot this time for her. Actually, it was a great save last time on the assist, and this time it's the shot for her, and it'll be 40-16. And again, just good gapping, good spacing on their offense out there. I'm talking about Otter Valley. And they'll come back, and we're down to 1:26 to go. They go to Patton, and she'll go inside, and they'll go off from one Otter Valley player's legs to Gage, up ahead to McDonough, and she's got no numbers right now, and she's just trying to pick up the basketball, and there she goes. Tagliano just kept running, and that lefty spin she's got, that was a pretty shot. You know what she did so well there? She just kept going down the floor and getting in position. And that will make it 42-16 with 1 minute to go in the contest. We got a blocking foul called. 4 White. Steve's a moving screen. Okay. Now so look them down. And that's the 8th team foul, and second time tonight they've called Steve's for the illegal screen. Yeah, they'll have to go over that in practice. So. The other thing, I thought that was an offensive foul. But they gave her the shots, and she'll make the first one. So McDonough makes it 43-16, and this shot will be up and good. Boy, she put some arc on the ball. Took a long time for it to come down, but it was good. And that clock ticking down. Galwette wanted to go back to the passer, and then Conley came to set the screen. And man, there's been some collisions out there, and some been crazy like that all night. That's what I mean. They got to communicate both defensively and offensively. They'll get it down to Ojala, and she is just going to take a hook shot. Will that go? Oh, that would have been awesome if that would have gone. That would have been like almost impossible to make. Long pass front court. Greeno will make the grab. Greeno will penetrate, and running one-hander off the glass. Oh, she made that look easy. That's quite a touch. 46-16, up by 30. Otter Valley on the defense with the lead, and that's going to be Gage pressuring the ball. The other thing, too, they have to learn, MSJ does, is to keep that dribble alive. That will solve a lot of their passing problems, because they're making long passes because they're killing the dribble way out. 1 second, and it'll count if it goes, and it won't. And congratulations to Otter Valley. They'll win by 30. 46-16 over MSJ in JV basketball action.